Nah. I don't know.
Hey, welcome to Meet the Shu podcast, Shackle History Unleashed. I am Sade,
I'm Nina.
and today we are talking about a developing story that's happening right now.
Hmm.
Um, it's four are dead at this high school in like in Georgia. It's in
In
the
Georgia. It's not
suburb.
really in Atlanta.
It's 90 minutes from Atlanta.
Right.
Small town. The school holds at least 2,000 students. So
Hmm.
it's a pretty big school,
Yeah.
total of 2,000 students, but a 14-year-old, a
Yep. Killed two
14 year
teachers and
old,
two students.
what can be on a 14-year-old mind that you go have into a school with a gun and you just unalive people?
I'm saying, why? What was the target of the two students and the two teachers? I
I
don't
don't know.
understand.
It's developing story right now, and you know they're not going to give his name because he's a juvenile until
Yeah,
they
he'll be tried as an adult, though.
once he's tried as an adult, then they'll bring his name. But I'm quite sure he is in interrogation right now, and
Hmm.
uh, the police is putting the hammer down on him and asking him a lot of questions. They're going through his social media. They have a lot of students. They say, answering, seeing what's going on, who all witnessed, and if there's any. Most of the times, it's bullying when it's that around that age. Kids feel like inferior of other kids and other kids bullying them. What you think about the bullying? Have you ever got bullied in school? When you were young? Or you
I
did bullying?
I never I never got bullied.
Mhm.
Well, I can't say that because to us, bullying is called punked, right?
Right.
Somebody punking you. Nobody told me like they're gonna take my lunch or beat me up, but I
No.
have had people try me, test me on a daily basis
Mhm.
or
Mhm.
weekly, I should say, until you fight. You have to fight till you
Yeah.
fight one time, and
Yeah.
then when you fight, people will back off, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So, um, yeah, I had that happen. I think everybody has pretty much
Yeah.
run into
I
somebody
know.
trying to punk them.
Yeah, I have, like, especially when you being this new
A
student in
new
the
school.
school,
Yeah.
and then they find out, know your whole name because you know what my whole name is. I'm not gonna say it, but
Why?
It's a
Tell
Niger,
them. Tell them.
it's a Nigerian name. You know what I'm
It's a
saying?
nice
Bola
name.
Sade Oloye, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh, what kind of name is that?" So the teacher got to explaining the name. Her name means one who wears crown. It's Nigerian and all this type of stuff, and introducing me to the students and stuff. This is
Right,
fourth grade, but then you had some that just make fun of you.
right.
And I mean, they should say I was African booty scratcher. They say all kind of horrible stuff. Talking about, do you ride on zebras and giraffes? Just crazy stuff like that. And then my booty was awkwardly big. So
You had to embrace it when you got grown, don't
yeah,
you?
we get older, yeah, but when you're 12, 13, 14 years old, I'm embarrassed because it's big. And
Right.
all
And
the boys,
everybody's talking about it.
yes, all the boys
And then
say,
your waist is little.
yes,
Mhm,
okay,
mhm.
we want it now. But
Right.
girl, look, little boy say, Sade, how you grab your wallet from back here? I know you can reach
Right,
and grab your wallet from right here. Because my butt was
right.
so high and big. I said, oh my God. So, it just stuff like that. That's a form of bullying. You know what I'm saying?
Of
So
course.
after a while, I just got to fighting people. As soon
Right.
as you say so, I just take off. Stayed in the hall in the office. So hey,
Right.
a lot of times it depends on how you take it now, and a lot of kids are very sensitive to the. All of us are sensitive when you're being bullied, but some people are
Mhm.
overly sensitive nowadays. These kids are overly sensitive where they're going over the extreme and bringing guns to school and do what they do.
Right. Yeah, they are.
So
Um, I I remember one time I got bullied. I was getting bullied by a boy, and I didn't understand that, if they're bullying you, that means that they like you.
right,
So he kept every time I walk, he would take his foot and clip the back of my foot to where I would trip.
right,
And when he did that, I like will roll my eyes, tell him stop, or try to chase him and hit him.
Uh-huh.
Till one day he did it and I fell on my face. And I told myself that if he hurt me, like,
Hmm.
if I fall or any of that, I was going to fight him with all my might. I had it implanted in my mind.
Okay.
Honey, he must have clipped my foot and giggled with his friends. I
Oh,
turned around and gave him a 10 piece, not a 5 piece, a 10 piece with the boop, 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 boop,
you kept
just
on
pinned
going.
him up, right? And just kept going. And he didn't
Oh,
understand it. And he started fighting me back. So I wasn't prepared for that, right? Because
right.
he was a boy, so he was stronger.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we're toe to toe. And he had long hair. I grabbed his hair with one hand. I scratch. I stopped punching. I just started like
Switch his
clawing his
face,
face.
yeah.
So I got bullied and I got in trouble
Yeah.
because I scratched his face up because
And
he
that,
was real light skinned and girl, I tried to tear. It
oh, you
was like
trying to
a
claw him
cat.
like a cat.
And it was because I was just like going crazy, hysterical,
Mm-hmm.
crying, snotting,
Oh,
boogers and snot coming out my nose, me screaming, hollering, fighting, and cussing. And so after that, it was just like nonstop, girl. This is at Wilder over
yeah.
South.
Oh, okay.
I was screaming, crying, fighting. So they had to calm me down. My mom had to come get me. When we came back 3 days later, we had to make up. Everybody called me Wild Child. From that point on,
Wild child.
I went over to the other schools and then to junior high, all of
Everybody
that.
knew
And
who
I
you
was
was.
called anybody that was in the school at Wilder at the time or went over to St. Stephen's, like,
Uh-huh.
and then over to Sanford, like all three schools that traveled with me, Wild Child, Wild Child, Wild Child. And I'm like, Wild Child or Wild Girl, Cat
Yeah.
Girl, anything funny with just, making fun of me,
Mm-hmm.
scratching them up. So that was an embarrassment within itself because how do
Yeah.
you adapt to, the name calling and then just get used to it? Some people, like, there will be kids at school and they'll get teased about them saying that they smell.
Oh
Little
God.
tease, I don't care. So what? I don't care. If that is what that people's teasing them about, they're just numb it out.
Right.
So that was about the only time I would say just like real intense bullying. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
from him. His name was
Yeah.
Jason.
Yeah.
And to this day, he is so cool to me. Like anytime he sees
Easy.
me, he tries to hug me.
Oh.
He tries to, I don't see him often, but just in our
Right.
adulthood, he's still here.
Okay.
And he's cool, but
Okay.
and we've never talked about that
That
incident back then,
incident.
but
He didn't,
I
you
very
know,
much remember it. I'm gonna ask him maybe the next time I see him.
that would be good.
Do
You
you
gotta tell us.
remember when I scratched you up, tore you up? He would
Okay.
laugh. He would just probably laugh like
You're right.
he don't want to remember that. We this big age now, and I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
what it was elementary, so it had to be maybe 10, 11, something like
Right.
that. Yeah, but
But yeah,
yeah,
it's sad. It's
the parents, they're saying that when kids shoot now, they want to charge the parent. This is a
I
southern state that this
we've been
happened in.
seeing that.
Yeah, and there was another um incident that happened as well this week that it was a pastor and the pastor's daughter
Mm-hmm.
was shot and killed by a 10-year-old.
Oh my God, a 10-year-old?
Mhm, mhm. So I'm not understanding why.
How are they getting a hold of these guns?
Well, that's the
The
thing
parents
about
not
the
putting them up,
charging the parent is
right?
that they're able to access how is a child that young able to access a firearm.
Right. Yeah.
That's why they're saying that they want to charge the adults for it. That why would he have it? Why is the child so upset that he wants to kill?
So
Maybe
that's what's
fight,
going to
but
happen with
kill.
this case here, with that 14-year-old boy here in Georgia. I'm wondering, where did he get this gun? Did he talk to anyone prior and tell them that he's going to do this? You never know.
I mean, he had to tell somebody, don't you think?
Had to. Had to. It's really sad on both sides. Now I mean, he did turn himself in. They said he submitted. He got on his knees and got on the ground. So it was, very easy turnover transition for him to turn himself in without
Right,
police shooting him. So I'm quite sure they say it's a small town and everyone pretty much knows each other. So I'm quite sure they know who he is, as well, as far as the authority.
right. Yeah, I was looking for the story with the pastor, so I could
Hmm.
tell you that story and why. Um, I didn't see that, I didn't give much description. It's just they're still talking really heavy about the oh, four people were killed, not four total. Right, well, yeah, four total. It's still saying but there was somebody else injured as well. Four were
9 people
killed.
is injured in this case here.
Okay,
9. Yeah, he
nine
shot a
people.
lot of
Okay.
people. So, and they're still um, looking for people. That.
Yeah, as of 30 minutes ago, there's
Hmm.
still the story is still developing like
Hmm.
why.
Yeah. So if he had a pretty big gun. If he shot like 14, 15, 16 rounds, he had a gun that can, like a machine gun or some AK or something. They could shoot multiple rounds. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's I don't know. I'm wondering who the target was. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out, why did he think that it was
okay.
okay to do it, and then why today? What triggered him today?
Right. And school just started. School hasn't been what, 2 weeks in certain places, maybe a week in some states. You haven't been in school that long.
Yeah,
So this had to been something planned, stemmed over from the summer. We're not sure. But mm-mm.
yeah. There's um there's also uncovering story of a Bronx rapper. They're trying to take the gang members and charge them like during this time, right? During the
Mhm.
election, they try to get a lot of drug dealers,
Oh yeah.
murderers off the street,
They
and
do like a large sweep, so it's starting now in October, and it's gonna calm down like a week or two before election. They do that every year. So
yeah, that Nay Benz, I never heard of him or her, whatever it is, but they have arrested. It looks like a boy, but it looks like a girl, but
mm,
it's a big group of them that they're taken into custody right now for murder investigations.
wow. So they're gonna have like drug and gang sweeps all
Yeah.
over,
Right. Yeah.
which would trickle
Yeah.
down to murder and all that type of stuff. Ooh.
Yeah. It trickles down to people telling on each other.
Oh yeah. Hmm. Bringing out the old skeletons on them.
Yeah. Yeah. They
Mm-hmm.
they 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 I don't know. It's seeming like everybody I was listening to a podcast the other day, and it seems like everybody's value, right?
Hmm.
On all levels is doing everything for cash or for clout, right?
Yeah.
The moral aspect or value aspects are gone. Um, everybody's jumping on the popular train, right?
Right.
When they were also talking about Cam Newton having a conversation with Doctor what was her name, Bryant,
Brown or
Cheyenne
mm-hmm.
Cheyenne Bryant.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's her name. I don't know, but Bryant was her last name, right? Where she was explaining to him how toxic it was for him to have all these babies outside of him and Nick Cannon, to have all these babies outside of one household, right? How the
Right.
disservice of the child, how the child suffers from it.
Mm-hmm.
So that all relates with even the child today that did the shooting, right? You never
Mm-hmm.
know what's going on for the teaching part of it, right?
Right.
Why did you think that that was cool? You know what's happening to these kids that are in these households with all these different people either coming in and out of it or
Mm-hmm.
not being raised by the two parents that
Two
birthed
parents.
them,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Because it's sometimes it's important to have a two family home that's have some wisdom, that's doing, can trickle down some good value into the kids. It don't even have to be the biological father or mother, just two people that's been there for a long time, forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Just as long as you could imagine, to help raise those kids so they can see that, okay, it's a man and a wife, mom and dad in the home, and I see them working. I see the hard work that they're doing every day. I see them, somebody coming home and cooking a meal for us to all eat together. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Or all of us washing the clothes, cleaning the house together, just doing things that got has structure in a family,
mm-hmm.
that they can trickle
Key
it on
word,
down
what you just
to
said, that
someone
structure.
else. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think when it comes to raising a kid, and every kid has a complaint about their parent.
Oh, most definitely. It don't matter if you're doing good or bad. It's gonna be some kind of complaint. Something.
Yeah. And they all look at it as um they think that it's supposed to be perfect, right?
Mm-mm.
They never can, throw their half off to their parent until they get real old. Or they
Yeah.
listen to somebody that has lost a parent, or they listen to somebody that wishes they had a relationship with their parent
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
before they make a move to, you know,
Really take a look
really,
at you as an individual. Like, hey, my parents did do a good job. I'm looking at this situation. It's way worse than I thought I was in. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah. You don't get it till you get a little older.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that they don't even understand what being unappreciative looks like. I don't
Yeah.
think that they do, because when you sit and you talk to them and you explain and express to them, hey, don't do that. Like,
Mhm.
why don't you care that I've spent all this money on your school clothes, or I get up every single day and I take you to and from school instead of you getting on a school bus or the city bus, or that um I'm making sure that you have all your medical and and that you got your driver's
Yeah.
license, and that
Mhm.
your hair is able to get combed, and you're able to have groom yourself
Mhm.
well, and buy all these different
Buy
things,
the
and
buy the
people
clones and
who
stuff
you.
like. Yeah, because you go, y'all go out and eat at nice restaurants.
Yeah.
Some kids have never. I'm gonna tell you something.
Hmm.
I know some adults,
Mm-hmm.
me and you both,
Yeah.
have never been to Red Lobster as a
Yep,
kid.
I knew. Why was I thinking Red
Red
Lobster
Lobster.
before you say yeah?
And they are 45 years old,
Yeah.
finally going to eat at
Yeah.
Red Lobster. Do you know how much they were like looking at me like, thank you. I've never been here. Like,
Yeah.
what? My mama used to have us crack crab legs at 5, 6, 7 years old
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm
Me too.
saying?
Yeah.
That's when they used to have a little birthday cake for you. Remember
Mhm.
that?
Yep, yep, I
It's
remember that.
It's
Look,
your
we've been
birthday.
eating that a
Sometimes you
long
look.
time.
Sometimes you used to lie, say, it's my birthday. Here they come. Happy birthday.
Yep, yep.
That
And
chocolate
that and
cake.
that and that might be where Benny Hanna's got that from, huh?
Probably so. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't put that past them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Another story that has unfolded today was there was a 11-year-old boy charged with murdering former mayor and his daughter. That's what I was looking for. I thought he was 9.
I heard of that.
And his daughter allegedly over credit card charges from a video game. Police claim the boy showed no remorse
Mm,
while confessing to the murders.
mm, mm.
11 now.
11 years old.
11. They're
That's
getting this younger and younger.
Yeah.
Murdering two people at 11 years old is blowing my mind.
Yeah, it is.
As
Remember
one of
that
the comments
one
said.
boy last year? We have not followed up. Remember, he was what 10 when he murdered his mom over a game because she wouldn't order the game for him.
Yeah, yeah. It says the 11-year-old boy
Hmm.
confessed to his crimes after he was turned in by family members.
Mm.
Per the police report, they responded to a call 6:30 a.m. and found the bodies of an 82-year-old former Maiden, Louisiana Mayor Joe Cornelius Sr. and his
Mm.
daughter, 32-year-old Keisha Miles.
What?
Yeah.
God rest their soul.
Yeah. Police have yet to release the identity of the boy and have not stated how he is related to the victims, but a neighbor confirmed they had been previous arguing over credit card charges that were racked up from a video game. Maiden Police Chief
Mm.
Jared McClaver said while confessing the boy showed no signs of remorse or being remorseful for his actions. The
Mm.
boy has been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder.
He's not never getting out. He
No,
better hope he don't get the lecture chair, because I think Louisiana has the death row, all right.
they do. They do. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You ain't going far with that.
Mm. Mm.
As he should not. You killed your family
Yeah, over a game. Oh,
over a game.
or you can't accept that your family is reprimanding you over what you did.
Yeah.
That's the problem with these kids nowadays. They feel like, oh, I could do whatever I want, or this is mine. It's just so weird to me how they think nowadays.
Yeah. I
It's
mean, I think that
nobody's scared of their parents no more.
well,
Look,
that's just because the police and the justice system has
teach that.
allowed them to get away with call the police on your parent,
Yeah.
tell
Hmm.
all the business in the household. We grew up at a time where snitching was
Oh,
taboo,
right.
and you better not tell nothing that goes on. What goes on in this house stays in this house.
Oh
That's
gosh,
that's that's the
it,
aura that we grew up in.
I don't care how many girl I got whipped with stitcher cords, all kinds of mess. You better cover up and put your pants and long sleeve shirt on to school today, because you show them wounds, I'm coming to whoop you again at
Yeah,
the school.
yeah. And what about, and honestly, I'm just sitting here thinking, just from reading these articles, you have to watch other kids as well that are around your kids, because there's kids that prey
Influence.
on other kids, other weaker kids,
Mhm. Oh yeah,
and will influence their minds to do things too.
yeah. But hey, it's just
It-
not even that don't stop with the kids. They doing it to the adults too. Look at this. Look at what's going on in presidency and what's going on with election. What's going on with normal people with other friends and their groups, and say, okay, you brainwashing your friend, or
right,
you doing this and that. You know what I'm saying? You're
mhm.
finessing someone.
Right, right. There you go.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? So
mhm.
it's a whole game on this earth that, you know what I'm saying, it's never ending. It's been happening in the biblical days. It's just every year is something different. Every day is something different. It's the same old thing though.
Yeah, and it's sad that you raise your child to be strong and stand up for
Mhm.
yourself and don't get manipulated. That's like the biggest nightmare is for your child to
Yeah.
hang with other people and they influence them to do something wrong.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah.
Or if they're doing really good within their friend group, and their friends get jealous and then murder the one that's successful. It's just.
Exactly. Jealousy. Yeah,
Mhm.
they always I heard this guy say today, which he made a lot of sense. He was like, watch the friends that sneak dish you
Yeah.
because they
But they,
intentionally mean it, but they're
mhm.
just saying, oh, I'm just playing to
No,
cover
it's not
it up.
no
He was
plan.
like, you watch what they say
Mhm.
because you don't want to hurt your friend.
Mm,
Your intentions, if you love your friend or care about your friend, your
mhm.
intention isn't to hurt them or hurt their feelings.
Right.
You're always going to look out for them. But he was just saying, like, the person that constantly, like, would tease you sometimes about the same thing, or just constantly tease you, that those are the people that you have to
Gotta
watch
be
out for. I
careful.
was like,
Mhm. Mhm.
makes sense. Makes a lot of sense.
It does.
I
Mm-mm-mm.
um I also was looking at earlier. I was talking to my aunt. Now this is funny. This is a story. It says Dollar General CEO is getting worried about the economy. Says poor Americans are not spending money at his store as often. Now it's funny that I just read that, right?
Right.
Earlier today, my aunt was just stating that she went into Dollar General and spent $54.
What? How many items she come out there with?
She was upset because she didn't feel that it weighed out. And this
No,
is at the dollar store, right?
because remember back when we used to go to the dollar store, if you
It
had
was one
54
way.
items for $54, you had 50 items at
Yeah,
least.
exactly.
At least.
At least. Well, not today. Because now it's not a dollar. It says dollar store, but it's $1.25.
Mm, mm.
So you don't get the dollar store no more.
No,
You
and
get the
they're
dollar
talking about
25
increasing.
store.
They talking about increasing the prices as well.
Yeah, no, they did already. That's what
Mm,
I'm saying. She already
again,
said that they did.
I thought they was gonna do it in January again.
Yeah. The only thing January we know so far that's coming is them DNA testing on when you had that baby.
Oh yeah,
Mandatory.
everybody getting DNA. So baby,
Yeah.
you better know who your
Mandatory.
baby daddy is.
Yeah. Yeah, because I'm sure he wants to know too.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's true.
hmm
Mm-mm.
I'm sitting here looking at the men constantly complaining about dealing with toxic women.
Girl, they gotta be bringing some toxicness too.
Yeah, I okay, what do you feel? Okay, not even about the 50-50, right?
Hmm.
Do you feel that the men are just like extra sassy, but they're still claiming to be masculine, right?
Right. Hmm. Yeah.
And when you're in a dating stage, how does a girl know that you like her? Like, men aren't able to explain that.
Hmm. They're
If
not
you're
able to
pursuing
explain
a woman, what gestures are you making to pursue? She didn't come onto you, you came onto her.
it. Right.
So if you came onto her, what are you doing to show her that you like her? They don't, what, just talk, right?
No, but you know what? My grandfather, God rest his soul, he said, if a man wants to be with you, he's going to try to do things to really reel you in by providing, by catering to you, saying, you know, would you like this or would you like that? Do you need your back then? My grandma and them say, you need your light bill paid. You know,
Hmm.
that's what some of the men used to do back then. You need the phone bill paid. You got groceries in the food. You got groceries in the refrigerator. You
Yeah, at
feel like
least gonna have your necessities.
right. You feel like cooking me a meal. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Hmm.
Whining and dining a woman. You know what I'm saying? That's courting her. And I'm quite sure to reciprocate in the end. But most back then, most women showed their love through cooking.
Right.
The
That's
man
the way it's showing.
clothes. That was they love
Is that
language.
why Sade, is that why they always say I could cook, I could clean? Well, most men cook and clean for themselves though.
Right. Some of them, but not as well.
What else can
Like
my thing
say for
is,
instance, okay, look, say for instance, you doing a long distance relationship.
yeah,
I want to see you, you want to see me. Okay, let's meet halfway.
right.
Or if you want me to come to your house, you're gonna pay for me to get there. You're gonna pay for my gas.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay for me a flight to get there. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it all the time. I might one day I might the first time I might come down my own with my own finance.
Right.
if you want to see me, you should be able to provide for me to get there because I don't have the money all the time.
Mm-mm.
That's why I said long distance relationships is hard and it's difficult. So you got to meet the person in the middle.
Yeah, definitely do. If you don't, it won't last. You don't want it. You just
Mm-hmm.
talking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Right.
then in nowadays, I feel like people don't respect relationships, whether it's in town or out of town. It's
Right.
like
Oh,
they do anything on the drop of a dime. Like
yes.
if I see a cute man walk past, he
Mm-hmm.
give me some attention. You know what I'm saying? Oh, boom, she's going right.
Right.
Or it's like even with your phone number, like I don't give guys my phone number. I
No,
just don't
don't.
because there's enough media
Uh-huh.
that you can contact me on the media.
I know. And you used to do that. I'm like, that's weird. You be like,
Right.
look at me on Facebook. And I was like,
Yeah.
why I need to do that? Then
Yeah.
after a while, I started saying, okay, I understand that.
Yeah, because you don't want everybody calling your phone all
Right.
types of the night. I'm not that kind of person. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
calling your phone. If I call your phone, I'm calling you in the daytime at a correct
Normal,
time,
look, normal business hours.
normal business hours. And
Because
if
if you
you're
calling
in,
me at nighttime, you call
if
trying
you
to call
tell
for a
me to
call.
call you at nighttime, I will call you at nighttime,
Okay.
and
Okay.
vice versa. Well, that's it for today. Oh, we got okay. So we have Camila, right? Camila Johnson.
Camilla Johnson, she will be on next
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday, guys. And this woman is extraordinary. I mean,
Uh-huh.
phenomenal. She is strong-minded woman. I mean, the vocabulary she has, the
Very
lady
knowledgeable, ain't
knows
she?
the law. Yes,
Yes.
and her
Yes.
story is profound. It's y'all have to listen to us next weekend. So we're gonna
Yeah.
send out.
It's about the triflingness of the CPS, right?
Mhm.
And how they took her son and they changed her son's name and he's in the
Yes.
system. And
Mhm.
she's not able to, get him back right now. So she's fighting to
Mhm.
get her son back. And yeah, she's gonna tell her story next Wednesday. She will be
Yeah,
on.
I think it's gonna be
And
two
then
parts. It was so long.
yes, because it
Got to
was
get
so
on
long. So
track.
we'll put two parts on. The next week's episode will be an hour long. We'll just go
Mhm.
ahead and put in our
That
and
hour.
then back to back, and then we'll do a part three in
Mhm.
about a month or two. So hopefully by then she'll have her child in custody,
Mhm.
in her custody. But as of right now, she don't. So
I know.
and then we have uh Jessica.
Yes, Jessica from New York.
Yeah, and she has a couple different programs that she's gonna break down, systems that she's gonna break down.
Hey,
Hey,
man,
where
what's
you
going on?
been, man? When we finna
Okay.
get off? What's
I
up, man?
just
We need
found
you back on here.
I just found your shirt. I've been moving, so I found your shirt. I said, oh dang,
I
I ain't even
still
wore
got
it
mine. But
yet.
yeah, so yep, we'll have her on next week, and make sure y'all check us out Friday. We'll do a little, 5 minute on Friday, and yeah. Thank you. Oh, make sure
Yes.
you check out our sponsors, Cashmere Lux, Boss Up Beauty, and Lena Beans Organic Plus.
Okay.
Yes, Kendrick, we will be hitting you up.
Yes. We need to hear
Thank you for jumping in.
updates. Updates. Updates.
All
Thank
right.
you guys for tuning in for another episode of Meet the Shoe.